Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the Defining Discipline podcast. I'm your host, Scott. Defining discipline is a lifestyle, a mentality, and a brand. And within this podcast, we're going to focus on self-improvement as you follow along with me on my journey. We'll also hear from special guests of all walks of life on this podcast and their remarkable journeys that led them to where they are today. Today is day 157 of my journey. It was at the beginning of the year this year when I challenged myself to run 365 days out of the year this year, all outside, bearing the elements, whatever they may bring. I had also originally challenged myself to run 1,250 miles within that time frame. But looking at my plan and seeing how ahead of it I was, I had decided to up that mileage to 1,500 miles for the year. Now, this is only my second year ever running. Within the first full year, I was able to run 1,002 miles, and I did that within 175 days out of the year in 2020. So this is a 100% step up in the amount of days I'll be outside running, as well as a 50% step up in the amount of miles I'll be running within this year. So, like I said, today was day 157. Within this time frame in this challenge, I challenged myself to also run two big races this year, a 50K trail race and a marathon. The trail race was yesterday, so I ran 31 miles yesterday. It was a big day. Got that done in 7 hours, 15 minutes and 22 seconds. 31 miles. I can't explain it, guys. The feeling is unbelievable. It's unreal. I just keep replaying the whole entire thing in my head and the emotions I was going through out on the trail. Just a great time out there, guys. And I'm also running the Detroit Free Press Marathon as well later this year in October. Really looking forward to that, being able to run across the border, back and forth. Hopefully that happens. If not, it may just be Detroit, because who knows how this whole COVID thing's still going to go. I guess we will have to find out when that happens. But really excited about that as well, guys. So 157 days in a row. So yes, I did get out there today, even after my 50K. So let's talk about mileage. So today for day 157, I pumped out 1.5 miles, nothing big. It was at a really slow pace. But that put us at 43.6 miles, guys, for the week, which put us at 39.6 miles for the month, which put us at 699.8 miles for the year. Now let's real quick talk about the month and the monthly mile challenge, and then we'll kind of get into today's episode. So every single month I challenge myself to a 100-mile challenge where I donate money to a charity, where I also start a fundraiser in honor of that charity, where I also run the 100 miles for as well. So for the first 5 months, we were able to raise money for 5 great charities, guys, and awareness for these charities. Now we're sitting here in June, and we have a new charity in this month's charity. For the 100-mile challenge in June is for Alzheimer's Association, and that is because the month of June is Alzheimer's Awareness and Brain Awareness Month. So before we talk about that, let's talk about donations. If you guys would like to make the donations, you can find the link to make the donations on the Defining Discipline Instagram story or the Defining Discipline Facebook story. You may also find the link on my personal page's Instagram story or my personal page's Facebook story. You just click on the link, it'll open up the Facebook page where you're able to make the donations of however much money you are able to make. Big or small, all donations that do get made go directly to the charity and the fundraiser. Facebook gets 0 cuts, I take 0 cuts. It all goes to this month's fundraiser, the Alzheimer's Association. And that goes for the previous ones. All the money went to them, and the future ones, that's why I continue to do it through Facebook, because they have the policy where they do not take any cut out of it. So We continue to do the fundraisers through them and try to raise money and awareness for these charities. Speaking of awareness, I know times are tough right now, so not everyone can afford and are able to donate to these charities. But if you'd still like to help out, and even if you did donate and you want to double help out, one of the best things you could do is hit that share button. Let people be aware of this charity, that it's even going on, the fundraiser. Maybe they'll be able to donate, but also just let's make them aware of the cause and what it's about. Maybe, I think this is a pretty big enough cause where people know what it's about, but some people still may not know what it's about or what kind of impact it actually has on a lot of people. So for that reason, just hit the share button. It doesn't hurt you any. Yeah, you may think it may be annoying because people don't want to see it all the time. Whatever. Um, get over it. That's the thing. Is sometimes who cares what other people think. You just got to get over it and focus on what you got to do. If you're going to try to help out people and you want to help, sometimes you got to be annoying and keep posting things. So hit that share button, let people see it. Let's try to raise awareness and money for this great charity here in the month of June, guys. Other than that, let's talk about just Alzheimer's and brain awareness. Alzheimer's disease, dementia, it strikes and hits a lot of people, and I don't think anyone really realizes how hard it is on not only the person that has it, but people that have to deal with that person, how hard of a struggle it can be and stressful. And I don't think anyone really thinks of that or puts that into context until it happens to them, but it's a serious thing that happens. And one thing that we can do, one, is try to donate money and raise these funds and try to do studies and figure out things we can counteract it, which is great. Modern medicine, but there's also science and improving our diets. There's things that we can do that we know of right now that may not prevent it, but definitely helps. And there are some things that are coming out that may reverse it, but we just really need to try to take care of our brains, guys. It is a serious thing that a lot of us just throw to the wayside and don't really think about and don't care about because we're too caught up in what's going on in front of us and don't think about the long-term repercussions of the things that we do on a daily basis that affects our bodies, especially our brains. Our brain is the most important thing in our bodies. If you don't have a healthy, functioning, good brain, that affects every single organ in your body. Other things won't be working and running right. Your brain is what sends signals to everything for you to grab, everything. It's important to try to keep and maintain a healthy brain. And again, that's the memory thing is also another thing, aspect of it. But again, like I said, there are different things you can do. There are, there's lion's mane mushrooms coming out. There's other nootropics that you're able to try to take. There's different diets things you can try to eat more of and try to cut out. There's healthy fats. There's fish oils and omegas. There's lots of things that are really good for your brain. MCT oil. There's lots of things that are good for it that we should really be trying to implement more into our diets and really try to take care of our brains. So I just wanted to talk about that for Brain Awareness Month a little bit. Now let's just kind of talk today, get into today's episode 157. We're going to kind of keep it short. As you can tell, this episode yet again is in the bed because I'm just beat, guys. I can't really... I did go out there, ran 1.5 miles at a really slow pace. Didn't walk at all. It really just was a really slow pace. But I was just felt wrecked. But getting back, trying to just even go down 3 stairs or walk up 3 stairs to get into my house and then walk down 3 stairs to feed my dog earlier, I was like, yeah, there's no way I'm walking down this full flight of stairs. So I had my wife go down and get all my clothes for work tomorrow and everything. I'm showering up here. So I just tried to avoid the stairs. Didn't go down to the studio tonight. Just kept it up here in the bed. They're out in the living room, so didn't want to make them go anywhere. So I'm just laying here in bed doing today's episode. Still feeling really sore. So, for that actual reason, let's talk about today's episode 157. And for episode 157, today's theme is battered. guys, my body feels battered. I just felt exhausted all day, had no energy. I've been trying to like reload my body with food and trying to just get my calorie intake up and trying to just maintain some energy. My body, honestly, it's sore as hell, but it's I feel like my body's been conditioned from me running every day where it's sore as hell, but I'm still able to function. Like I said, I was able to get out there and run today, a really slow pace. I probably looked like a 90-year-old person trying to run. That's how bad my stride and everything was, and it didn't feel good. Like I said, I was in pain the whole time. So I'm not trying to say it was that I'm not hurt. It hurt like hell, but I was still able to get out there. Um, so I feel like I'm still conditioned enough, but my body, my hips just feel like I they feel just battered, literally. Like I can't, I move a certain way and just shooting pain throughout my hips. Um, my toes, I might be losing a couple toenails on my right foot from when I stubbed my toe a lot. I tripped a couple times on the trail from stubbing my toe. Um, at like mile 20, like 7, I mean, just in the 20s. I'm 26. I was doing actually pretty good. I was getting different strides in there, but um, like around 27 and on, my feet just got so heavy where I was just dragging them instead of lifting them a lot. So I was hitting a lot of roots and a lot of rocks that were sticking out of in the trail, and I was just nailing my toe in the same spot, and then having to hurry up and try to catch myself, not fall. Um, yeah, my toes, especially my right foot, there's one toe in particular that just hurts really, really bad on the toenail, like specifically just the nail. When I just touch it and move it around a little bit, the whole toe hurts. Um, so that's interesting. My other foot's toe kind of hurts, not as bad, but uh, I just feel like I've been in a very, very bad car accident. It's kind of how my body feels. My hips feel definitely displaced. I was able actually yesterday at the race. They had a chiropractor who wasn't able to crack my back or anything, but he was able to give me a consultation, asked me what was hurting. I told him my right hip hurt. Normally my knees were the things that were really bothering me last year, but I started stretching and was able to get and work through my knee problems. Haven't, thank God, had any knee problems since. But this race, really right up in my hip, it started hurting real bad, feeling really hurting when I was walking. Felt like it was kind of popping. I could really feel it. So he kind of asked me a couple questions, was able to give me a consultation, had me lay down on the table, and I mean he just applied pressure like in a certain area and like pushed it, like kind of like a thing where it kind of like popped it, feel like back in place, and I got up and it felt absolutely wonderful when he did that. It felt like I didn't even run. Like he literally fixed me and it felt like that for like 20 minutes. So I was like, wow, that was amazing. But the pain is now back and it feels again like it's just popped out, and I really need to focus on rubbing down my body and getting some massage balls. I have a nice percussive massager, and I actually oversold it because it's not nice at all. It's a really cheap one. So I need to make an investment and get a nice one and be able to really hammer these mushrooms, hammer these muscles and really work out the soreness in them. Oh man. um, that's pretty much it, guys. I'm just really, really, really beat down. Even my arms, my upper body, which is something I didn't even really think of and take consider of, but it feels like right here in my arm, it feels like someone just beat me, like someone just punched my arm really hard, or like I got a shot or something. I just feel sore all over. Um, but again, like I said, today's episode is called Battered because that's what I am. I'm battered right now, but I'm not broken. And I'm going to keep going. I'm going to keep pushing. Like I said, thankfully I'm conditioned enough where um, my body still feels solid enough to make it through. Now, of course, I'm not going to be, doesn't look like I'm going to be doing any fast or decent mileage for a while, especially if I'm going to be running every day. In order for me to really recover from this race, I'm thinking at least a week or two, hoping a week, because I am itching, guys. I'll tell you that right now. Getting out there today felt great. Just even lacing up the shoes and getting out there just felt good, even though I just ran 31 miles yesterday. Um, but when you work for something for so long, and then um, even when you're in the moment and you're really soaking it in and relishing it, um, you know what happens, and it ends so fast. And uh, it's not like depressing or anything, but yeah, you sink down into like, like, well, what's next, or what am I gonna do? I worked so hard, and I put all this time in to get here, and now I got here. Now what do I do? And so I'm gonna just let's keep pushing forward. That's my thing. I challenge myself to run every single day this year, not just run these big races. So I officially am an ultra marathoner, an ultra runner. Um, Next big mileage race, I think I'm gonna. Well, obviously I got the marathon coming up. I'm gonna continue to do marathons here. Um, but the big mileage race, I think I'm gonna do now after I did this 50K. The next step up is going to be 50 miler. That I think is going to be my next goal. Really, almost doubling it. And then after the 50 miler, I guess the next goal would be the 100K. So we got goals, got ambitions. These are, of course, are going to be years and years apart. Not like I'm going to be running them every month, every week, but just continuously trying to improve and trying to work on myself, and push myself. And like I said, I am battered, but I'm not broken. I'm gonna keep fighting. I'm gonna keep putting my body through this and pushing myself to become better and better and better, um, because that's what life is about. It's about um, giving it your all, getting beaten down just to get back up, and to continue going until you can't go anymore. And um, that's my goal, is to really push forward, and um, continue to try to do things um, that really build my self confidence and make me feel like I'm heading in the right direction. So, guys, thank you so much for listening along and following along. Um, I am actually about to close this episode out, hit the shower, ice up, and lay down, get ready, because I got work early in the morning. That is going to be very interesting. Walking in like a zombie, not being able to move very well, which I know everyone's going to be like, well, how'd you can't really work, but you're able to run again yesterday. Yeah, it's a little bit different running for 17 minutes, and again, doing a certain motion compared to turning your bodies another. I don't. It's hard to explain until you've been there. Um, I feel like when I'm running, even today, it hurt like hell. Like I said, I'm not trying to downplay how much it hurt, but uh, it just felt more natural than doing other things that seem natural. It just felt my body just did that for 31 miles. This motion, it just felt easy to kind of go back into that motion, as opposed to um, really going down I don't think you really understand the amount of muscles you use, just put in the weight and stuff of just going down a step. Is being this sore, just going down a step, I could just feel it all throughout my body. It's unbelievable. So certain things like that, and having to go to work and have to lift certain things or push certain things, it's not going to be it's not going to be a very fun day tomorrow. I can tell you that for sure. Not going to really be able to bend over well. So we'll see. Um, but so yeah, just gonna try to take care of my body and um, take it easy these next few days because I am battered. Still put in the miles, still get out there, but really just try to take it at a nice pace and not overdo it and burn myself out and not be able to continue. So that's pretty much it, guys. Thank you so much for listening and following along. For your daily discipline, guys, it is to work so hard at something that you yourself are battered. Batter yourself. What is it that you are willing to batter yourself over? What is it you're willing to put your body, put your body through the worst imaginable pain to accomplish? What is it that you're going to put a toll on your body for? Um, what are you going to batter yourself over? What is it that is worth that accomplishment? Or worth that pain? What accomplishment is worth that pain? Um, and I can tell you right now, aside from the birth of my daughter, um, in a few select other moments, that is probably one of the biggest highlights of my life. And again, it's so caught up in it, I can't stop talking about it or thinking about it. Just being out there for 7 hours and 15 minutes running, the emotions I had went through that whole entire day were just unbelievable moments of bliss, moments of um, absolute despair. I think I maybe mentioned it yesterday, but there was times in the race when I literally was asking myself, why did I ever want to do this? Why did I decide I wanted to start doing ultra marathons? Why am I running out here on a trail right now? Am I a freaking idiot? What am I doing? Why did I sign up for this? Why did I pay to do this? Should I just quit right now? Should I DNF right now? Should I just, did not finish? What should I do? There was moments when I was literally telling myself, like, this is my last time doing this. I'm never getting back out here. I'm never going to run a race again. I'm going to start doing small stuff. And, it was like instantly as soon as I got done and I crossed that finish line and I sat down, I had that medal on my neck and I was just, the emotions flowing through me. I just instantly thought, it's like, when can I get back out here? Let's do this again. Let's keep going. And, they're flooding to me right now. It's just, it's an indescribable feeling, and I'm so grateful and thankful that I've pushed myself to do this and continued. Didn't let myself down, and I plan to continue to do that, guys. No matter how battered I am, continue to really follow through with what I've set for myself, and it's so empowering. So, for that, thank you guys so much for following along and listening. This is the Defining Discipline Podcast, episode 157, Battered. If you guys can, please give us a like, a subscribe, a follow, and a share on our Instagram, our YouTube, our TikTok, and whatever podcast streaming platform you guys have been following along on. Other than that, I'll see you guys tomorrow for episode 158. Probably be another shorty day, just 1.5. It starts the new week. Probably will be a night run after I get off work. Episode will come out later. Posts will be later. But you guys will get all that when you get it. They'll be out there. Thanks so much for following along. I'll see you guys tomorrow for episode 158. This is the Defining Discipline Podcast. Make sure you guys stay disciplined. Get your daily discipline done. I'm your host, Scott, and I'll see you tomorrow for episode 158. Peace.